One of the most important emotions you want a girl to feel about you is curiosity. Curiosity is so powerful because the mind does all of the work for you. One of the best ways to invoke that curiosity in a girl is to reject her. Most guys are trying so hard to get the woman that they don't even imagine rejecting a woman themselves. Women, most of the time, do all of the rejecting. Most of the time, the men experience the rejection. But you can have power, you can have leverage when you realize that rejecting a woman does something to her psyche. Women are overthinkers. If you Most of the time, women are known for getting what they want. They ask, most of the time guys say yes. Guys are afraid to hurt their feelings. Guys are afraid to, look like the bad guy, not get what they want, whatever the case is. But if you're one of those guys who has an abundance mindset, meaning you can have any girl you want, or you can have multiple girls. If it doesn't work out with this girl, that's totally fine, because there's going to be another girl that comes around. If you're one of those people that isn't afraid to lose her, so because you're not afraid to lose her, you're willing to reject her, she will be so curious on why you don't want her, why you don't want to sleep with her, why you haven't tried to take her on more dates, why you haven't done what. The rejection is the thing that gets to her, and this is how you do it. There are a couple ways that you can do the whole rejection thing. Okay, you can do it when it comes to dates. Say the first date, you take her on such an amazing date. You guys have a good time. It's just like you guys are having fun. She's giggling and laughing, and the whole time you're just enjoying yourself too. You're having a good time too. Things are going well, right? The date ends. The next time, she thinks you're going on date number 2. You might not text her, and she might text you like, "Hey, I'd like to see you again. Hey, when are we going on another date? Hey, when are we going to hang out again?" And all you do is just reject her. "Oh, I don't have the time today. Maybe next week. Oh, this week isn't good for me. I'll let you know in a month." It's one of those things where you can reject her. It's like she might be like, "Oh, why doesn't this guy want to hang out with me? We had such a good time. We had such a good vibe. Everything went well. Everything went good. Why doesn't he want to hang out with me?" And you are just playing your role of, because I have options, because we don't have to hang out, because I'm okay with losing you. And the women will understand that. Meaning she wants you, but you're the one deciding if you want her. Think about that. She wants you to take her on another date, hang out with you again, pick her up, but you're the one that gets to decide. Because most of the time it's the opposite. You go on a date with the girl, you're like, "Can I see you again? Can we hang out one more time? Hey, do you want to go over here next? Hey, do you want to do this next?" But this is the few times where you have the leverage, okay? The second place that you can do this is the bedroom. A lot of women like to be teased. Sometimes that's why foreplay is gets women so turned on, because you can make a woman get there without even having to stick it in, right? And one of the best ways to do this is the kind of the rejection thing. But rejection, you're doing it in a playful manner. That's why they call it teasing. Meaning, you might make out with her, you might kiss her, you might suck on a titty or two, you might, make her feel like, the sexual chemistry is there. So she knows oh, this guy not only knows what he's doing because he's a good kisser, not only does this guy know what he's doing because he's grabbing my neck, choking me, you know how to put a titty in your mouth. You're doing the things that you need to, right? You get her there, you give her, it's like the carrot and the stick. You give her a little bit of it, you give her a little bit of the high, and then you pull away. "Oh, I don't think we should have sex on the first date. I kind of fuck with you. Maybe we should go at least 1 or 2 more days before we think about it. I'm the type of person that doesn't like to share my body with every random woman. It's like, yes, we have sexual chemistry, but I want to take 1 or 2 more days to make sure that I actually like you." It's one of those things where rejecting the woman, especially when it comes to sex, woo, boy, when I tell you, you set yourself apart. Women cannot handle rejection, especially when it comes to sex. If you're in a club and a woman approaches you and you're like, "Oh no, I'm good," she's gonna be like, yeah, whatever. But if you're rejecting a woman during an intimate moment, her brain is gonna do all of the work for you. So if you can make a woman feel curious by doing those things, like I said, whether it's rejecting her through sex, whether it's rejecting her or not taking another date, whether it's rejecting her through not texting, whatever it is, right? Now you have the leverage. Now you have the power. The ball is in your court. Whenever you're ready, you decide if you want to sleep with her. Whenever you're ready, you decide if you want to go on a date with her. And at the end of the day, the power is in your hands. The ball is in your court. And works out in your favor because every other guy in her DM is trying to get her, but she's spending the time trying to get you. Every other guy in the DM is telling her how she's the prize. But for her, she thinks you're the prize. So by changing the concept, by making her curious, you shift the power dynamic into your hands. By making her curious, you get the leverage. By making her curious, you get the power. So you have to make a woman feel curious about wanting to see you again, about wanting to hang out with you again, by wanting to have sex with you, by wanting to imagine all of the things that she could have gotten if things had worked out. But you didn't want to let things work out. You didn't want to give her what she wanted. So now she's going crazy in her head because she's like, oh, like, what could I have done different? Does he not want me? Will I see him again? Oh, what if he does that to somebody else? Oh, da, da, da. And she just goes crazy in her head. And women, like I said, all like to overthink. But at the end of the day, you have the power. At the end of the day, you have the leverage. Okay, if you find this video helpful, give me a like, subscribe to the channel. I mean, that's all I have for today's video, but I'll see you guys in the next one.